Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching the sequel, House Party 2. This is a 1991 film, so just 1 year later, they did another House Party movie. This time it was directed by Doug McHenry and George Jackson. And of course, once again, we have Kid and Play. You know, it's funny because after all that talk that I did in the first film over how impressed I was with the acting of Kid and Play, and I still am for the second movie. But I did some research and saw that the first movie was actually written for Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. And I don't know if Jazzy Jeff could have, maintain the role that Play does and have that charisma. In fact, I don't think he would have been able to. But Will Smith, I could totally see in the role of Kid, at least the type of character and the mannerisms. I see it. In this movie, you see that Kid is going to college to make his father happy, Pops. You know, I had so much praise for the actor that played Pops in the first film, and you should have saw my disbelief when I saw that they were saying that he passed away at the beginning of this movie, and I was like, wait, what? And so I looked up and saw that, yeah, the actor, the same year that the first movie came out, the actor died, a heart attack. That sucks, but I appreciate that they didn't recast the role. I appreciated that they had in the story that the father passed away, and you saw a lot of times where they would either have his voice or show footage of him from the first movie giving Kid advice. So you see that he's going to college, and he was able to actually raise the money from the church. They wanted to see him through. And that was all very nice. And I'm like, okay, cool. Everything's going well, right? But of course, things can't be happy. No. This is a movie after all. So, of course, Kid accidentally leaves the check in Play's car in the trunk. And, of course, Play is trying to get a record deal or more of studio time to audition for this record label. And they don't have the money, so he decides to use Kid's check, thinking that maybe he'll be able to pay him back or whatever. Of course, it's a scam. Of course, the lady that was pretending to be a record person was lying and bullshitting, and she robbed them. So now they're out. Not only do they not have money for a record studio, but Kid just lost his college tuition money, and man, that sucks. I felt so bad for Kid watching this go down. I mean, yes, he was dumb to leave it, but boy, can't catch a break. And if that wasn't enough, if that wasn't enough, Tisha Campbell, who I appreciated how many actors and characters that they brought back from that first movie. Martin Lawrence, there was a lot of great callbacks and a lot of good, like, oh, hey, that's so-and-so, or hey, that person's back. Tisha Campbell, still his girlfriend, still Kid's girlfriend. I was happy they were still together. Usually in these sequel comedy movies, the girlfriend, the actress never comes back, and they always either recast or they just say, oh yeah, we broke up after the last movie. I'm like, no, she was here. They were still together. In fact, they even went to the same college. So I was very happy until they get to the college, and Tisha Campbell's roommate is Queen Latifah, random as hell. And Queen Latifah is all about, teaching Black history, making sure Black history classes are taught at the school. She's all about Black rights and yada yada, and that's all well and good. But her, in the way that she talks, kind of gets into Tisha Campbell's head. Sydney is her character's name. And she, for some reason, thinks that she has to break up with Kid because he's immature and he's not taking school serious. And there's a part of me that understands that, but it's such a big jump. I was literally watching this and saying, no, how did this happen? Why are you guys breaking up? Kid, why are you letting her break up with you. Not letting like he has to force her, but you know what I mean. He just kind of said, all right, well, I guess we're going to break up. And he walks away. And I'm like, no, fight for your girl. Or tell her you don't want this. I think I'm too emotionally invested right now, especially when you see that Kratos, yes, Christopher Judge plays this guy Miles that not only works for the dean at the college, but he starts to move in on Tisha Campbell, and it becomes this whole thing where he's being a dick and he's lying about stuff that kid's saying behind her back in order to get into her pants, and it was angering me. Christopher Judge, Kratos was making me so mad with every time he was on screen being a fake motherfucker. Can you tell that I've had guys try to storm in on my girlfriends in the past? Can you tell that I might have related too much to this situation? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Some of the new actors that we saw, not just Queen Latifah, but we also saw Whoopi Goldberg, who was only in it for like a dream sequence that kid was having as far as his fears of failing college, and her role was quite hilarious. This actress, I don't know if I've seen her in anything else. I'm not saying like she's super famous. I just wanted to point her out. Alice Carter, I wanted to point her out because she had only maybe 2 scenes. One scene is when Kid is trying to pay for his books and he sees her behind the desk, and he makes a joke because she's Asian. He makes a joke by saying, oh, you know, where are you from? Japan? It's such a dick thing to say, but he's charming, so you don't completely hate him for it. And she hears that and goes, no, I'm from Texas. Where are you from? Africa? And she starts making these African noises to like just to say how ignorant he just sounded. And that one scene made me like her. I wish we had more of her in the movie. There's another scene later on during the party where he just goes up to her and like hugs her. And that's just there for Tisha Campbell to get mad and get jealous so that she goes off and fucks around with Kratos a little bit more to piss me off. And I will say this though, compared to the first movie, this film clearly has a bigger budget, and you can see it. There's clearly a lot more going on. It's not like most of the movie is the party. Is it technically a house party if they have the party at the college campus? I guess not, but to call the movie college party or campus party doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? Of course, you brought back the bully characters, those same 3 guys. Not only do they come back, but they end up getting jobs as security guys at this damn college. Of course, because why the hell not? I love the music in this movie. At the party, Ralph Tresvant performed, Tony Tone performed, but you had music from Naughty by Nature and Boyz II Men. I mean, I was just very much vibing and having a good time with the music in here. Is this movie better than the first? No, it's not. I mean, I just think, yeah, it's bigger and there's more people in it and there's more going on, sure. And I was engaged and I clearly cared about what was going on with the movie. And I thought for a sequel, for a comedy sequel that turned around just 1 year later, I give them credit for this movie being as good as at least I found it. But I still like the first movie better. I still find the charm of the first movie to be something different and special. But this one was still funny. This one was still good enough for me to enjoy. I did like House Party 2. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of House Party 2, the sequel? Did you like it as well? And I said in the first movie that I'm not as familiar with Kid and Play songs, but in this movie, they started to perform themselves, Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody. And I heard that and I said, God damn, how did I forget that song? Of course I know that song. I do know their music. What am I talking about? Anyways, later.